And now, your Dukes.
Like
Junior guard number 12, Ellie Kehoe. Silkaitis.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, good evening. I know I tried saying that earlier, but good evening. Welcome to York Sports Network, where we are bringing you a rivalry that dates back so far. The Lyons Township Lions here to take on the York Dukes. Now, Griffin, we know this is a highly, highly touted and talented Lyons Township team. They come in ranked 3rd in the state. Tip off here underway, and it immediately goes to LT, but it's stripped away by Silkaitis. Here come the Dukes the other way. They're going to start off a bit slower than LT started off. Riley O'Brien up top with it. Gives it over to Ellie Kehoe. Silkaitis gives this over to Filosa. Filosa drives inside, collects her step. Tough shot, no. Rebounded by Ezeki. Ezeki gives this one over to O'Brien. Yes, there are 2 O'Briens on this court. Ezeki gets this one stripped away by Kehoe. O'Brien the other way now. Filosa, long range 3. She connects. That's how you start a game.
Filosa can heat up from deep in this game. Dukes will definitely have a chance to make a run on this LT team.
This ball is stripped away again by the Dukes. Kehoe taking it the other way, gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien, no look past Filosa. Filosa, another long 3. This one won't go. Rebounded by Kehoe over to Silkaitis. She steps into a 3. No good. Rebounded by O'Brien.
Silkaitis' second game back. She was out with an illness last week.
Smith gets an easy 2 to go there. Ball swatted away there by Ezeki. We should note tonight is Morgan's Message Night. The Dukes and the Lions are here to spread awareness about mental health and mental health for athletes, and to bring awareness to it and show that it is a real problem. You may notice everyone on the bench is wearing Morgan's Message t-shirts dedicated to the cause. O'Brien tries to pass this one down low. It's turned over there, and Smith takes it away. And they're going to call a push on Filosa here in transition.
One name to watch out here for this Lyons Township team is Nora Ezeki. She's a 4-star. She's committed to Stanford after this season for her collegiate career. 75th in the nation, 5th overall center, and ranked 3rd in Illinois. Definitely a name you'll hear a lot tonight.
For sure. And a 10-second violation called there on LT. There's that 2-1-2 press that York is already running.
York's defense very effective so far, getting 2 steals and forcing another turnover there.
Brian gives this one over to Carter. Now to Kehoe in the corner. Back to Carter. O'Brien in the corner to Filosa. 3-pointer, no good. And Carter comes down with the offensive rebound. Filosa's going to step into another one here. No good. Rebounded by O'Brien again. O'Brien gives this one, tries to get this one back out to Filosa, but it's stolen. Here comes Ezeki the other way. Layup is good.
Definitely going to see a lot of that at Stanford. Ezike running the break there, going coast to coast and finishing the layup.
Carter gets this pass tipped away. It'll stay with the Dukes.
Both teams jumping passing lanes early. Really just a battle of who makes the less mistakes now. Both teams kind of racking up the turnovers already.
Carter gives this one out to O'Brien. Three-pointer up, no good. Dukes have only made one three-pointer thus far in this game. That is their only point on the board. Here comes Mason in transition, going full force, and it's going the Dukes' way.
Just another unforced error there from LT. They're going to have to clean up and keep the ball in their hands if they want to expand on this narrow lead.
Carter gives this one over to Filosa. Filosa steps back, three-pointer again off the mark. It's rebounded by Smith.
Dukes are living and dying by the three right now. Majority of their shots are taken from behind the arc, and they've only made one so far.
Ezike goes up and is fouled.
Ezike doesn't have to be behind the arc to make a three-point play happen.
She can go all the way in transition, coast to coast. Dukes are going to go a bit bigger here. Avery Larma is going to check in. Carter is going to check out. Free throw no good there. Rebounded by Silkaitis. Filosa gives us one in the corner to Kehoe. Back to Filosa in the corner. She's going to try for three again. Can't connect. Ezike gives this one over to Burnson.
Ezike labeled as a center on the roster, but she can definitely bring up the ball on her own. She's got some ball handles herself.
Corner three there, good from Gwen Smith. And a timeout called by York. They trail by 6 now, 9-3 your score. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome you back here from this quick timeout taken by the Dukes to discuss their game plan over. They trail by 6 right now, 9-3.
As you said, only a 6-point lead, but it feels like more as not many shots are falling for the Dukes in this later part of the first quarter.
That is not how you want to come out of a timeout there. O'Brien gets this one stolen from O'Brien. Shot no good, though. Filosa taking it the other way by herself. Full head of steam. Layup won't go. Silkaitis is stripped on the rebound. O'Brien are on the floor for it. It's going to be a jump ball. Kayla Callahan checking into the game. Riley O'Brien checking out.
With that, a little extra height is added to this York Dukes lineup. Came out in a small ball lineup, only running Silkaitis at the 5. Sometimes you'll see her at the 4, but now with a bit of a taller lineup, subbing in Callahan and Larma.
Callahan struggling to find an inbound. It's stripped away by Burnson. Here comes LT in transition. Mason is able to control it. She gives it down low to Ezike. Ezike gives us one in the corner to O'Brien. Three-pointer no good. Callahan can't pull down the rebound. O'Brien gets a second effort. Gives it up to Smith. Floater won't go. Rebounded by Larma. Larma to Kehoe in the corner. Now to Callahan. Kehoe again. Callahan. Almost gets a ball strip. She's being triple teamed up top. Gives it out to Silkaitis. Back up top to Filosa. And you can tell the difference in the pace of both these offenses right here. Filosa, three-pointer off the mark, rebounded by Kehoe. Gives it back up, Filosa. Tough shot. Oh, it goes in.
Filosa aided by a friendly bounce there, using the bank is open tonight.
Ezike goes inside, powering her way through. Look at that fancy footwork. Callahan gets this one stripped away by O'Brien. She takes it the other way. And a timeout is called. Oh, I didn't know that just happened. Wow. Congratulations to Emma O'Brien on 1K points. That is certainly a milestone. I didn't know they'd celebrate it like that in an away game, but that is certainly admirable right there. And, I mean, you could see that's why she was playing at that level, Griffin. I mean, she was making sure she would get to that milestone, and she just accomplished it here.
O'Brien had her eyes set on that goal, and she completes it tonight. Already have a banner ready for her.
Yeah, they had it on tap. It was ready on the bus. It was already here. Quite impressive there.
Congratulations to O'Brien on reaching 1,000 career points during her high school career.
Those are not easy numbers. Not easy numbers at all. Of course, Darian Green of Christ the King easily accomplished that even before the Jack Tosh, and that ball is just turned over right there.
Just another turnover for these teams. Going on both sides of the basketball, both teams have struggled to maintain possession. The Lions have done a better job of it, and that's why they have this larger lead.
Burnson gives us one to Ezike. Ezike goes inside. Great closeout there from Byrne, but they do get an offensive rebound, and a jump ball is called.
As you said, Byrne coming in on the closeout there. Great defense to prevent the much larger Ezike from finishing at the rim.
Yeah, you could tell they're going to try and experiment with her frame a bit here, guarding Ezike, but right now they got Carter guarding Ezike, actually. Layup no good there. Offensive rebound and putback also no good. Callahan pulls down the board, and it goes to Carter. Filosa pulls up from three. No good. Rebounded by Ezike. And then she just cannot find her shot from three. She gets the steal, though. Euros lays. That is off.
Looked like Filosa got off balance there, going for the hop step. A little bit too far out. Couldn't get back centered with the basket, and just a little errant on the shot there.
LT's got to break the press here. Burnson gets it across, gives it over to Mason. Mason gives us one in the corner to O'Brien for three, can't connect. Ezike's there for the offensive rebound, and she is fouled there by Van Huklum.
Van Huklum subbed in with Byrne at the timeout to celebrate O'Brien's 1,000 career point mark there. Maybe trying to get her to shut down Ezike.
I mean, that's going to be the center of attack on defense here for the Dukes. I mean, that's your main threat right there.
Dukes originally had Carter on Ezike, maybe going for more of a speed matchup, beat them to that edge, don't allow them to drive. Now with Van Huklum on him, just trying to maybe do a little bully ball and just kind of try and force her out of the paint physically rather than with speed.
Callahan getting double, gives us one over to Byrne. Back to Callahan. Over to O'Brien. Gives this one to Byrne in the corner. Byrne gets blocked in the corner by Ezike, and she keeps it in bounds. Takes it in transition the other way. Back to Ezike. Layup is good. What a sequence there.
Ezike put that on her high school mixtape. Gets the block. Not quite a snatch block, but recovers the rebound. Goes coast to coast and finishes the two.
The corner is not safe with Ezike. Callahan pulls this ball down. It goes back to Carter. Carter bounces one over to Byrne. Byrne's pass is tipped away by O'Brien. LT fakes. Smith down low for the layup, and it is an 18-5 ball game now, Griffin.
This lead just kind of has erupted. It didn't feel like LT took over this game too much, but especially after O'Brien's 1,000th point. LT's just been playing with more mojo, with more swagger right now.
Absolutely. They are feeling themselves on either end of the court.
Right now for LT, defense is turning into offense, and that's a good sign as you get a lot of open buckets in transition.
O'Brien fires away at the buzzer from half court. Ooh, just short. And that is how the first quarter will end. 18-5 your score, and this is just slipping away from York. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back, friends. We will be bringing you a special presentation at halftime. Morgan's Message has been gracious enough to put on a little shoot-around. I believe it's a
Knockout competition.
Knockout game. Okay, it's not horse. I thought it was horse. Horse would take way too long. A knockout competition that Connor Choi, John Finucane, and Griffin Hanna will all be participating in. Unfortunately, my knee will not allow. O'Brien gives us one in the corner to Filosa. Now down low to Kehoe. Kehoe is fouled there. And I believe they're going to call this one on the floor. No, they're going to call it on the shot. So Dukes have a chance for two free points here.
Kehoe, somewhat small in stature compared to some of the other girls on the court right now, but she definitely fills up the hustle stats column. She gets a ton of rebounds, offensive and defensive. She's always got her hand on the loose ball, and she racks up the steals for this York Dukes defense.
Kehoe goes 0 for 2 from the line, though, that time. And here comes LT, playing at just such a fast pace. And a foul called there on Kehoe. And that's something I mentioned earlier, Griffin. The thing about this LT team, and you see it on York's offensive end, they're able to control the pace of York's offense. The only other team I've seen do that in high school basketball so well is St. Ignatius against Stagg. That's the only team, and it's going perfect right now for LT. And I guarantee you that's what they've done with a lot of their opponents.
Like you said, LT's just controlling the pace. They're running the break on offense, and then they're really just turning this York offense into a standstill halt. It's like almost a car hitting a brick wall. It's going until they get the ball across half court, and then all of a sudden the Dukes offense just stops right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself. O'Brien's first free throw goes down. Ellie Kehoe's going to take a seat now for the Dukes, and she just racked up a foul, and Larma's going to check in. O'Brien goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now, I don't know what O'Brien is ranked nationally, if she is ranked nationally, but she's playing like she should be. She's playing with a chip on her shoulder tonight, that's for sure. The Dukes just need to get their O'Brien going now. Filosa in the corner for three. No good. Rebounded by Ezike. Ezike gives this one over to O'Brien. She goes up and is fouled, and that one will be called on Carter.
Once again, you see it there. LT just controlling the pace. They immediately get the rebound. Their guards are running out in transition. Enrique just gives it up to O'Brien. O'Brien takes it coast to coast.
I mean, there's obviously a size difference between both these teams. I think that's one of the biggest things. But, I mean, they just play this style like it's second nature almost, you know?
Enrique stands at 6'3", taller than any girl on the court right now, and taller even than most of the guys on any team in the West Suburban Conference. She's one of the tallest players out in the West Suburban Conference, and you can see that right now. She's dominating the glass.
Velosa tries, I believe she was trying to pass that one out to Silkaitis, and there's another transition make there from Gwen Smith.
As you said, they're trying to get it to Silkaitis. She's been an offensive, she's been a power, she's had a lot of offensive workload. She's really just been a power down low for their offense as she goes up there.
Right there, perfect. Yeah, and I mean, I understand that the paint isn't really an option here with the size difference, but I mean, it's looking like your only option. Oh, O'Brien gets a steal there. Gives us one to Velosa. Velosa fading away. Shot won't go. Carter is there for the offensive rebound again, though. She retracts, goes back out. Now to Silkaitis. Back to Carter. Velosa down low to Silkaitis. Gives it in the corner to O'Brien for three. No good. Rebounded by Munson. Munson gives this one over to Smith, and she is stripped. And the Dukes have another chance. They're going to slow it down here a bit. O'Brien picks up the pace again. She goes up and is fouled. No, she'll be called for a travel there.
O'Brien thinking she got the gather step off there. Ref thought otherwise, calling her for the travel.
Ball tipped out there by Silkaitis. It'll stay with the Dukes. Zike up top. Tries to bounce this one down to O'Brien, but Larma takes it away. O'Brien taking it up for the Dukes now. No look pass to Larma for three. No good. Rebounded by Silkaitis. Silkaitis goes up. No foul called there. Munson taking it the other way. Gives us one deep in the corner to O'Brien. She wasn't able to throw it off Larma in time. Things starting to slow down here a bit on the offensive end here from LT. They're getting a lot of stops, but the Dukes just aren't able to capitalize on the other side.
Duke's offense just really looking confused out there right now. Like you said, they've at a standstill right now, not making a lot of progress. Their shots from beyond the arc aren't falling, and the paint isn't open because of Zike and the other bigs on this LT team. I don't know what to say and how to fix this, but York is really struggling on the offensive side of the ball right now.
Zike goes inside and is fouled here. She'll have another chance for two.
Her first, team's fourth, Glenn, she 225, Nora Zike.
Zike's first free throw is good.
Zike now up to 10 points already in this first half. Definitely filling up the scoring column so far.
Amelie Van Euclid back in now for the Dukes. Larma checks out. Second free throw, no good. O'Brien pulls down the defensive board. Carter to Van Euclid. Back to Carter. Now to O'Brien. O'Brien trap, gives it down low to Van Euclid. Great backdoor pass, but not able to make the two.
Dukes seem to be doing everything on the offensive side of the ball right now. They're reading cuts perfectly. They're going backdoor. They're cutting in front of their man. It's just their shots really aren't falling right now, and that's what's holding them back from coming back into this game.
Long three-pointer there from O'Brien is good. My goodness. Wow. From the volleyball line.
That's really just the difference in these two teams right now. Dukes can't get a shot inside the paint to fall, while LT is hitting it from, like you said, the 10-foot volleyball line. Looks like there's almost a cap on the Dukes rim. Well, LT just making every shot.
27-7, your score. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back, high school basketball fans. A little update here in the Chicago Public League playoffs. Michael O'Brien reports that Kennedy has lost in the first round of the CPS playoffs to Prosser, 66-60. That is a shakeup there. I mean, obviously, CPL playoffs are not as impactful, obviously, as the IHSA playoffs, but still so fun to look into.
Dukes down 20. Looks like the ref called. All right, yes, the Lyons Township team is now in the bonus. Dukes have 5 fouls in the second quarter, so Burton will go to the line for 2.
Burnson's first free throw, no good.
Although she missed, there's no 1-and-1 in high school basketball. Once you get to the bonus, it's guaranteed 2 free throws. She's got another chance here.
Second free throw is good. It's a 21-point ball game now. Kate Carter is out. Kayla Callahan is in.
Once again, Silkaitis is calling for it in the high post, but they just can't get it to her with the presence of Zike.
Ball stripped away there, and here comes O'Brien the other way. Can she keep it in bounds? Yes, she can, but it's taken away by Callahan. Callahan on the fast break. Bounces one over to Filosa. Mid-range shot goes in. Gets another friendly rattle there.
Filosa now with 7. She's the leading scorer with Dukes for the Dukes. If York wants to get back in this, they might have to go through her.
Ezike down low. Goes back out. Gives this one over to O'Brien. O'Brien shovels this one in the corner to Smith. Now back in the corner to Burnson for 3. No good. She gets her own offensive rebound, though. She goes up and is fouled.
The Dukes want to spark a comeback here. They can't let dumb mistakes like an offensive rebound go. If a shot goes up, the Dukes' entire team has to be crashing the glass. They got to box out and make sure that they get as many possessions as possible and give LT as least amount of possessions as possible.
First free throw, no good again. Let's see if she can go 1 for 2 again. She does. O'Brien taking this one up now for the Dukes. Again, 1 O'Brien on each team. Briley O'Brien for the Dukes and Emma O'Brien for LT.
Emma O'Brien surpassing the 1,000-point mark earlier in this game, roughly in the first quarter. Getting up there. Congratulations to her.
Silkaitis gives us one over to O'Brien. Now to Filosa. Filosa fakes. She's being double-teamed up top. Now to Callahan. She steps into a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by LT. Here they come the other way. O'Brien pulls up. Three-pointer. Rattles in.
Once again, LT's any shot they put up is falling down, while the Dukes just struggle to get it even above the basket right now. LT is just getting any shot to go.
Callahan fakes. She's getting guarded tightly up top. That foul there called on O'Brien on a reach. Score 32-9 now. And this has just been an all-out dominant performance here from LT, and York just cannot find the answer. And, you know, when I was researching this LT team earlier today, I did not know how highly recruited some of their players are and how highly ranked their team is. I mean, they're ranked 19th in the nation by Max Preps. That is absurd. And I think that should tell you all about Illinois hoops talent, that the number 19 ranked team in the nation, or in the nation, is ranked 3rd in the state of Illinois. The only loss that this team has is to Bennett, the number 1 ranked team in the state. I don't know where they come in nationally, but the number 1 ranked team in the state, and they are 1-1 against them. That's absurd.
Like you said, this LT team doesn't just stop at the starting lineup. Their bench even has great players. If you look at the LT bench, they could start almost on any other team in this West Suburban Conference. This LT team is loaded with superstars.
Another incredible move there from Nora Ezike. Up to 12 now.
Ezike, a quieter night in the scoring column, definitely has been racking up the points in some of her previous games, but LT doesn't need it as any shot from anybody on this roster looks to be going in for LT right now.
Filosa up top by herself. She's getting double. Gives it over to Callahan. Callahan fakes from 3. Gives us one down low to Silkaitis. Silkaitis getting doubled. Now back to Callahan. Callahan down low to Van Ucklem. Layup no good. O'Brien, just a beautiful pass there to Ezike. She can't get the layup to go.
Although the shot didn't fall, you can just see a difference in pace of play there. LT gets the rebound, and it's immediately down on the other end of the floor. Well, the Dukes are trying to look for the best shot possible, and that's just not working right now because anytime they get an opportunity, it's stopped.
Callahan comes out of nowhere for the steal there, but she's not able to keep it in. O'Brien on the inbound. Gives this one to Mazin. Mazin gets this one stolen away, though, by Filosa. She goes up, and she is blocked. No suit for you. Nora Ezike with the block.
Ezike listed as a center, but definitely can run the court. Maybe looking to play that forward position while she's at Stanford next year. Committed, is a 4-star. But as you saw there, she's definitely got some speed, too.
Silkaitis' turnaround layup is good. And, you know, the versatility of the 4 and the 5 with her on the court reminds me kind of Anthony Davis, if anything. You know, she can play both positions. She's an incredible defender, but she can stretch the floor. Down low pass there from her to O'Brien.
Who knows? Maybe the Mavs might trade for Ezike next.
Yep. Oh, full court shot won't go there from Silkaitis, and that is how the first half will end. Your score, 36-11. LT, just a dominant performance overall, and York just can't find the answer, Griffin.
Like you said, there's just no answer for York right now. If you get it down low, their shots just stuffed by Ezike. If you go outside, none of their shots are really falling. It's just a struggle for York's offense right now, and it's really hard to stop this LT offense that's loaded with superstars.
With that, we will step aside for halftime. You have been watching York Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot we're doing this. We have our knockout game going right now. Now, I don't know the names of everyone here, obviously, but we actually do have a Lyons Township Lion JV player participating. 2 of them, actually. Shot no good there. Another shot no good there. Rebound layup is good, though. Here's Franco, though. Just a bit high. Good offensive board and good putback. High arc shot is good.
Right now, I got one of the JV girls players. All of them have made their first shot so far. It looks like a wrap. I think these JV girls have it.
Lucy's shot no good there. Goes into the corner to put it back up, and she's knocked out. LT girls going at it. Free throw shot no good. Layup, putback layup no good. Bank shot no good. Rim around no good. Putback lay is good though. Nope. Second one isn't. Franco shot no good. Good putback though. Good recovery.
All right, we're back to the JV girls here. First miss from them so far. We could see some inner team.
Oh, knockout!
Inner team elimination there. Definitely going to be some bad blood at practice.
Yeah, I don't know. They're laughing it off now, but it's going to get real. So 2 knockouts now, 3 knockouts now, 4 knockouts now. LT player, shot no good. Second LT player, shot no good. And I believe if she makes that, then it's good. That might be some cherry picking there going on, just keeping your teammate in there. Franco's shot no good. Putback is, though. JV Dukes players shots 0 for 2 right now. And if she makes this layup, yep, she is knocked out.
We're down to how many?
1, 2, I believe it's 1, 2, 3,
7.
7.
Wow, this game.
This just won't stop.
A lot of fighters in here.
Now, I don't know if there's a cutoff here. I mean, there's less than... No, they paused the clock. Okay. So there's an unlimited amount of time. We'll see what Mr. Wagner permits. This guy taking a sweet time on his free throw. That was no good. Franco's big shot won't go. He gets his putback, and he gets it. And that's a knockout. LT JV player 1's jumper no good.
York has a chance to get rid of JV, but LT makes it.
Franco up top. Shot. It's good. Franco. And I don't know who just won. Who won? Well, it was one of the 2 York players. I know that. So it looks like York will take this win here. They did lose the JV game. And we don't know if they'll lose this next one. I mean, it is a 25-point deficit. But anything can happen.
We've seen crazier things.
He said it. We'll be right back. Minute and a half. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, score 36-11, 25-point deficit here for the Dukes, playing a nationally ranked LT team here. So no easy feat. But like Griffin said, we've seen crazier. This game is not over. And it looks like there's no sign of stopping for York as they have all their starters in here. Start the second half. I don't know where my phone just went. Oh, there it is.
York's starting lineup, a little bit of a smaller lineup here than we've typically seen, and then especially with the Zike out there, only listed at 6'3", but with this smaller lineup of the Dukes, she's out there. She's looking about 6'7".
6'7", something like that. Oh, Burnson in the corner for 3. That's how you start a half.
Doesn't matter. They don't have to go to Zike, who towers among those in the paint. They just shoot outside, and it goes in.
O'Brien being guarded by O'Brien up top. Filosa in the corner. Filosa up top to O'Brien. Now to Carter. Carter swings this one over to O'Brien. Now to Kehoe in the corner. Kehoe getting trapped. They reset up top. Carter tries to take this by herself, but she's stripped away by Ezike. Filosa's there to recover, though. Filosa pulls up mid-range. No good. Carter's going to try and chase this one down. She keeps it in bounds. Silkaitis has it up top.
Silkaitis has been quiet on the offensive side for the Dukes. She's the leading scorer for this team, and she's barely gotten going this game.
Filosa, tough shot off the mark there. O'Brien taking it the other way. She dumps this one off to Smith, who gets an easy layup to go. And it's a 30-point game.
Smith now in double digits. She's got 11 points. The third LT player with over 10 points in this game.
Carter over to Filosa. Now to O'Brien. Kyoto Filosa. Filosa's going to launch from 3 there. Airballed. Rebounded by O'Brien. Put back no good. Kehoe gets it. She resets up top, gives it over to Carter.
The Dukes could just take the lid off the rim. They'd be right back in this game. They keep getting these offensive rebounds. If they could capitalize on these second chance points, they could be right back in this game.
Filosa going to work inside. Gets the tough layup to go. They cut the lead to 28. Smith over to O'Brien. Now back to Smith. O'Brien to Mason. Mason down low to Ezike. Now back up top to O'Brien for 3. Yes! She connects again from way downtown.
O'Brien's heating up from deep. Like you said, she's shooting it from way behind the arc, and it's still cash.
Filosa. Almost gets stripped there. She gives it up to Kehoe in time. Now to O'Brien. Filosa getting doubled up top. Gives us one down low to Silkaitis for a nice look for 2. It gets it to go over Ezike.
Silkaitis now starting to heat up in the second half. Didn't hear her name much in the first half. Definitely going to try and run her offense, the York offense through her, as she's one of the leading scorers for this team.
Ball goes the other way here for the Dukes. Okay, now, folks, the debate has been settled multiple times on air that Mama Maria's Pizza is better than Roberto's Pizza here in Elmhurst. If that pizza is 2 for 1 from here, or from Mama Maria's, I'll go and buy one. But I want dinner too. I don't know. I'm conflicted.
But before dinner, we have this amazing finish to this game. Dukes are still in it, only down, 19 at the moment. They can definitely make a comeback. They got 2 quarters to do so. Filosa trying to get that lead back, all in that one shot. Maybe trying to look for a different opportunity there. Take it one step at a time.
Mason. Gives this one down low now. One more pass is stripped away by Carter. She's on the floor for it. No foul called there.
Great hustle play by Carter, getting down low, getting on the floor to get the ball and spark this comeback for the Dukes.
Filosa swoops. Tries to get this one down low to Silkaitis, but stripped away by LT again. Mason. Over to Ezike now. Ezike down low. Fades away. It's blocked by Silkaitis. O'Brien taking it the other way. Filosa. Over to Kehoe. Kehoe gives this one down low to Silkaitis, and she's blocked away on the other end herself.
This game turned into a block party. Just going back and forth, swatting it away.
I've actually never heard that one. Callahan, Larma, Byrne, and Van Euclem are all in. Carter, Kehoe, Silkaitis, and Filosa are all on the bench now. O'Brien gets this offensive rebound, three-pointer, no good. She gets another offensive rebound, goes inside, and is fouled. And will go to the line for a pair.
Free throws are the key for the Dukes in this game. You can get 2 points, maybe 3 if you're fouled on a three-point attempt, but you can get 2 points without any time coming off the clock here. I would not be surprised if they try to live at the free throw line in the second half.
Brian's first free throw is good. Her second is good. And it's 44-17 now. Ball is stripped away there by O'Brien, and it's wedged there in between the mat and the floor.
Dukes retain possession, or sorry, get possession after the steal. Once again, they got to get it down low as they do there.
And this could maybe mount a comeback or a run here, just getting to the line, because, I mean, there just seem to be no buckets there.
As you saw, Van Heukelum, a little eye roll as she wasn't able to get the shot to go for the three-point play, but that's not a negative, as now she has 2 chances to shorten this lead, and she makes good on the first.
That's one.
Trying to make the second point come off this lead without any time coming off the clock. This could be big.
Second one is also good. The Dukes are rolling. Mason. Give this one to Smith. Great coverage being run here. Back to Mason. Bounces this one over to someone.
Out of bounds, Lyons Township basketball.
One thing to note is this is the first rest for Zeke all game long. And as the minute she goes to the bench, the Dukes have had 2 chances in the paint. Both of them fouled, so don't count as a shot attempt, but the paint is open with Ezike on the bench.
I swear I saw the ref on that prior out-of-bounds call hold up a T like someone got a technical foul, but it was disregarded.
The ref signaled tip.
Oh, well.
Where they flicked.
You could mean 3 things. Tip, timeout, technical. Let's make it one of them. Just. I dropped my phone. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, you're right. Did the little money spread thing.
Yeah, it's all very similar, but somewhat different. It's an untrained eye. They all look the same.
Larma pull-up 3 is good. That's how you do it. Ball stripped away there, but it's recovered by LT. Down low pass. Another down low pass. Shot no good. LT trying to get an offensive board. And they're going to take another trip to the line here. This time it'll be Smith. That is Van Euclem's 3rd foul. And, you know, they're reaching deep into their bench right now with their center depth. I mean, obviously there's not a lot of size here on this York team.
This team is young. Only 2 seniors, a couple juniors, but mostly sophomores that make up this team. definitely a bright future for this varsity team in the future.
You know, this has been described more of as a transition year. I mean, you graduated a lot of seniors. You know, you graduated Stella Cole, Hannah Myers, Michaela Quinn, you know, and this is made them have to completely revamp their roster. I mean, the only person you're returning from that starting five the only two people you're returning from that starting five last year are Filosa and Silkaitis. So, you know, this was an interesting season to watch, and I'm saying this because this is the Duke's last home game. We will see them in the playoffs, obviously, but we will not be able to cover any of their away games besides playoffs. And I think that's been the most interesting thing to watch. I mean, you've had a lot of returning players. I mean, just to name a few, you have Van Ucklem also returning. You had Larma also returning. Carter also returning. Kehoe also returning. So it was just it's just been interesting to see this entire season, them trying to juggle development and also contention, because this is a very contentious year here for girls basketball in the West Suburban Conference.
Like you said, it's really been a juggle between lineups. As we mentioned earlier, it's a young team, so they're bouncing between, do we go for development? Do we start more sophomores? Do we focus on the future? Or do we put in our best players at the moment and go for wins?
First free throw from Ziba is good. O'Brien is going to check back in. Van Ucklem, she's in foul trouble. She's going to check out. I keep dropping my phone. My hands are slippery from the buttery popcorn at the York Boosters. Ziba's second free throw is good. O'Brien taking it up now for the Dukes. Over to Callahan. Callahan gets this one tipped here. O'Brien's there to cover. Filosa, three-pointer, no good. O'Brien's there for another put back, also no good, but Larma gets it, gives it out to Callahan. Callahan fakes the pass, gives it to Filosa. Filosa's going to take a long three here. That one is also no good, and it's rebounded by LT there. 0 for 3 on attempts there from York in that single possession. O'Brien in the corner for three now, and she connects again, 19. .45 seconds to go now in the third quarter. Filosa bounces one over to O'Brien, now to Larma. Over to Callahan. Callahan's going to pull up from three. No good. Filosa gets the offensive board and gets a nice mid-range shot to go.
Dukes capitalized there on the offensive rebound. Definitely wish they could have done that sooner in the game, as this lead seems too big to overcome. But like we've said, we've seen crazier things happen.
Filosa gets the steal. Filosa backs back out. This one out to Callahan. Callahan back to Filosa. Filosa goes inside, has a nice open lane. She can't get it to go. She gets her own offensive rebound, and she also cannot get the putback to go. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter, 52-24.
As you mentioned, the popcorn, and this is the last girls' home game. We would like to thank the York Boosters Club and all the volunteers who worked the concession stand during this girls' basketball season.
I would like to especially thank the people at Jack Tosh who were so kind to all of us, giving us free snacks, free drinks, whatever we wanted. I mean, this is incredible service. Connor Choi is shaking his head at me right now like he doesn't appreciate the service. Let's be grateful for all we have, Connor. I love York High School. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back. Another update here for the Chicago Public League playoffs. Curie has just knocked off Englewood STEM 79-29. Brad Johnson with 26 points. Shaquille Jackson had a quieter game than he's used to, with only 13, but, you know, that game did not lack efficiency, obviously. Back to some West Suburban Conference basketball here. Filosa gives this one up to O'Brien. Now to Byrne. In the corner to Larma. There he's set up top. Filosa. Over to Larma. Now down low to Silkaitis. Silkaitis fakes, goes up, and gets it to go. And, you know, obviously, like you said, they haven't been able to get the ball down low to her a lot, Griffin, but she's been extremely efficient.
When she gets her opportunity, she capitalizes on it. That's why she's the leading scorer for this team, and that's why Ezike's presence has been felt this entire game, as they haven't been able to get it down low to Silkaitis as of Ezike being there.
O'Brien gives this one over to Filosa. Now down low to Silkaitis again. Silkaitis backs down, goes up, absorbs the contact. She's going to go to the line.
Ezike still on the bench, so they're able to get it down low to Silkaitis and clearly want to. Touching it almost on every possession.
And another update here from your CPL playoffs. Schurz has just defeated Woodlawn 66-64. I'm not exactly sure how that game ended, but it sounds like it must have been an exciting ending here, as first free throw goes down for Silkaitis, and Kate Carter checks back in for the Dukes as they'll sub out Larma.
With Ezike on the bench, the Dukes favoring a smaller lineup here. Larma and Van Hoeklem on the bench. Van Hoeklem is in foul trouble, but with Ezike's presence gone, they can go to this small ball lineup.
You know, I think we're honored to be on the mic tonight, Griffin. We're the first people who get to talk about something that happened this weekend that really shook up the world. The Luca Doncic trade. Griffin, let's talk about it. I mean, what happened?
I think you just saw two teams that wanted to shake up the roster, Mavs favoring defense and the Lakers favoring offense, just switching two star players, which right now I think both these teams, I think that's what kind of the Dukes wish they could do. I think they could trade, they wish they could trade for an offensive superstar like Luca to help will them back into this game. They still have just over 6 minutes to do it. I think they can.
You can make a trade happen. I mean, earlier today there was a trade between both teams who are playing each other tonight, and they, you know, walked across the bench just to make the trade official. Carter goes up for 2, and she is going to go to the line for 2 instead.
Lyons Township foul number 14, Sinclair Ziva. Her first team.
Obviously, another thing that happens. Very sad to see Zach Levine go for the Bulls, Griffin. 8 years of service.
Definitely a focal point for their franchise these past 8 seasons. Looking to rebuild, maybe Operation Capture the Flag, as in Cooper Flag, might be in full effect.
Yeah. Now, Operation Capture the Flag could still happen even without the Bulls getting their first-round pick back, which they did, because we all know Cooper Flag is going to be the first overall pick. So it was already happening, I would argue, but it's in full effect now. Filosa gets the steal here. She takes it the other way. Tough move, and she gets it to go. And Anna Filosa has just reached 1,000 career points on the night.
Newest member of the 1,000 Club for the York Dukes, joining some elite ball players for this York Dukes girls basketball program, up to 1,000. This is the second 1,000 points we've seen this game.
Wow. You know, it'll always happen at the end of the regular season. You know, I mean, O'Brien, a senior for LT, and Filosa, a senior for York. And, you know, this is actually something very awesome to see happen. Filosa has been a 3-year starter for the Dukes, been a 4-year varsity basketball player, and has had an incredible career here at York, and has really been a focal point of what this Dukes team means. You know, she's gone through so many changes in the roster, and, you know, it's really been incredible to see her step up this year and take on that team captain role and really rally this team late in the game.
Like you said, she's a 4-year senior, so she was here before some of the YSN guys working tonight.
That's true. Here before me. So congratulations to Anna Filosa. Well-deserved, incredible career here at York, and excited to see what she could do here for the rest of the season and going into the playoffs to help hopefully carry this Dukes team deep into the state playoffs.
Dukes can definitely make a deep run to the playoff. This game definitely hasn't been a focal point of their season, but they were still able to put up 31 points against one of the top teams in the state and in the nation.
Good sportsmanship here from a few Dukes, cleaning up some of the confetti that was thrown when Anna hit 1K career points. LT with some sloppy offense. This is uncharacteristic for how they've been playing. Shot there blocked by O'Brien, and Dukes are going to take it the other way. Here comes Filosa.
I mean, LT seems to have taken their starters out of the game, but it's never too late. It's only a 13-point lead, now only an 11-point lead, and there's still 5 minutes left to play.
What a pass there from Filosa, down low to Silkaitis.
There's still a chance for the Dukes to get back in this game.
And Gabby Sutter, Ellie Kehoe, and Amelie Van Eukelum will check in. Byrne, Filosa, and Silkaitis will all come out.
Looks like the Dukes somewhat waving the white flag here with the substitutions, emptying out the bench, getting everybody a couple minutes.
Kehoe gives this one over to Sutter. Sutter with a 16-point performance on senior night. O'Brien, three-pointer, no good. LT is going to take it the other way here. They're able to keep it in bounds. McLean. Three-pointer off the mark there. An offensive rebound and foul down low on Sutter, or by Sutter.
York foul number 24, Gabby Sutter, her first, team second. At the line to shoot 23, Maddie McLean.
McLean looking to expand on this 21-point lead. Just the nail in the coffin.
First free throw is no good, though.
In the game for Lyons Township, number 10.
LT emptying their bench here. Like you said, both teams waving the white flag, and it looks like this might just be how it shakes out. Hopefully the Dukes can get this deficit down.
The comeback is still possible if 22 points, 4 minutes. It is possible. We've seen crazier things. But
McCuckey gives this one to Kehoe in the corner. Back up top to McCuckey. O'Brien. Dukes just keeping the ball up top. Can't get a good look. O'Brien gives this one to Sutter in the corner now. Back to McCuckey. O'Brien gives this one down low to Kehoe now. Layup is good.
Great job there by Kehoe to read the defense. Going on the backdoor cut. Looks like O'Brien and McCuckey were just kind of playing catch, but then seeing Kehoe flash on the back door gets the open layup. Foul there. Foul's on. Looks to be on. Yep, foul on McCuckey.
At the line to shoot 2 for Lyons Township, 24, Taylor Carroll.
Carroll now at the line for 2. First free throw, no good. Callahan will come in. O'Brien will come out. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And it is a 20-point deficit. Still 20-point deficit. Offensive rebound. Shot no good there. Callahan taking it the other way for the Dukes.
Looked like Van Heukelum got a hand on that ball.
Callahan is swatted away. She gets it back up top. Now to Sutter. Kehoe. Over to Callahan. Now to Sutter. Back to Callahan. In the corner now to Kehoe for 3. Maybe her foot was on the line, actually. I'm not going to say for 3. LT taking it the other way. Bounce pass down low. Shot is swatted away there. Sutter taking it the other way. Over to Van Euclid. Van Euclid steps into a 3 ball. No good.
Looked as though it hit the top of the basket there in the little pulley system, but no call from the ref.
Yeah.
Keep the clock moving.
You know, maybe we should get, like, real NBA, NCAA hoops. The only, like, major college I can think that has those drop-down hoops is Duke. The only other gym. And I can't think of a single high school that has real rims like that, but yeah, it would be cool to have. I mean, there's just not enough room in this gym. That's the only problem.
Like you said, there's just not enough room. The baselines are a little short.
Yeah, no backstop, no backstop. And you can imagine a lot of photographers get upset about that because you're literally not allowed to go on the backstop to take pictures. And, you know, backstop pictures are always cool, so there's a lot of weird angles that you have to go on to get a nice picture here in the main gym with benches out and everything. And it's really weird during Jack Tosh, if anything, because you have a line of tables on the other side now. And there's just a little, I'd say, 20-foot space where all the photographers crowd over in one corner and take pictures.
Two minutes to go here. Lead is now 21 points for LT over the York Dukes. Neither team quite giving up yet.
Absolutely not. A travel called there. LT still with a 21-point lead. Callahan taking it up now for the Dukes. McQuade over to Sutter. Now to Callahan. Over to Smith. Sutter down low to Van Euclid. Now up top to Callahan. Callahan fakes, drives. Thought about shooting it, instead gives it to Smith, but this pass is tipped away. LT taking it the other way. Layup no good for McQuade, but another putback there. Callahan over to Smith. Sutter over to Callahan. Smith. Less than a minute to go now.
Lions staying in their 1-3-1 zone defense. They've ran it from the beginning of the game.
Long three-pointer there is no good. Callahan's there for the offensive board. She gives it over to Sutter. Now down low to McQuade again. Now to Smith. Smith pulls up from 3. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by LT.
York has dominated the offensive glass, and if you just looked at the rebounding column, you would think York would have the lead in this game as they've just been dominant, racking rebound after rebound, but LT just more efficient in the shooting percentage.
Callahan up top, gives it over to McQuade. Now back to Callahan. Less than 30 seconds to go now. Van Euclid over to Callahan. Now to Sutter. Over to Smith. Back to Callahan. Callahan winds up from 3. No good. And I'll tell you, her counterpart, Kendall Cutler, makes those every day. Last second shot off the mark. And your final score, 58-35. LT with a convincing win here. And like we said, in such a historic rivalry between both these teams in every single sport. They battled to the end, and that's exactly what we saw today. The Dukes were down big, and they still were trying to do everything right, and that was what was most important in this game. Griffin?
Like you said, a historic night. We saw 2 players surpass the 1,000-point mark. Congratulations to Anna Filosa and O'Brien of LT.
Yeah, big time congrats, big time congrats. And with that, we will step away. Thank you all for tuning into all these home games for girls varsity basketball. We will see you come playoff time. I've been Luca DeSanto. Alongside me is Ben Griffin Hanna. Good night and go Dukes.